body language, it kind of almost puts like the punctuation on a sentence. Because if you have a sentence, you just see words.
Yeah.
And you don't really know, is it exclamation, is it a question, is it a, where's the comma there? Like I've heard someone say the words, let's eat grandma. It's very different when you put the comma, let's eat grandma, right? Okay, Bill and Pam, body language. Some great teaching there. We're in the kitchen here with Mike and Diane and Eric and Kara. And, you know, we don't often think about our body language in relation to our communication, but it really is a reflection of what's in our heart.
You know, I think when we were first dating or when we were first married, our body language spoke volumes to our spouse because we were always interested, we were always touching, our eye contact was always warm. But then as life,
staring
no, it was good. It was really good, honey. But then as life kicks in, you know, you kind of get distracted and your body language moves away from the most important person in your life, and you start to shun them and you don't even realize it.
It's so true. I know when Mike and I first started dating, he would always just hold my hand. He would hold my hand, he'd rub my hand while he's talking, and like all the time. Yeah, like that. But you know, it's true. You talk about that body language, and it really makes a difference when you're present. When you're talking to one, you have to be present and not somewhere drifting off, but present and paying attention to your spouse.
It's so funny that you say that when Eric and I have conversations. Usually.
She actually asks me. She'll be like, now that we're talking, can you draw on my arm with your fingertips, please?
I like it.
So
I just feel comforted.
Okay, so wait a second. So you want him to draw on your arm. First of all, what does that look like? And second of all, how does that help? Like, what is that?
I'm gonna see your arm. It's all just
put
like,
my arm out
she just says,
and
can you
say-
draw on my arm? It just makes her feel more connected, I guess.
Yeah, it does.
And so it's like,
Well, what Bill and Pam were saying is that it releases these endorphins, that feel-good hormone that is just,
so that's why it's worked on these.
I love that. So
Yeah, I don't want you to feel out of place because I actually do that without really noticing.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I never put a name to it.
So what you're saying is she's training me so it becomes a habit. It becomes natural. I see what you're doing.
there you go.
but body language, it kind of almost puts like the punctuation on a sentence. Because if you have a sentence, you just see words.
Yeah.
And you don't really know, is it exclamation, is it a question, is it a, where's the comma there? Like I've heard someone say the words, let's eat grandma. It's very different when you put the comma, let's eat grandma, right?
That's true.
So body language is like the punctuation on
And so body language is something that we still work with even all these years in, because there are times when we're having a conversation, we're in the kitchen or something, and while we're talking, I look up and Ron is starting to walk away. And I'm thinking, wait, we're still talking. Where are you going? And it's like you're done.
Well, it's true. Okay, guilty as charged, but because sometimes, you know, I'm kind of heading somewhere. You stop me in the kitchen, and I think of what I needed to do in the other room, and so I'm inching
With excellence.
Yes,
With excellence,
yes.
yes.
And I'm inching away, kind of from the conversation, but. When you think about it, I guess that's sending a pretty bad signal that I don't want to listen.
So I wonder how many, husbands or wives do that, where they think, okay, you know what, I'm disconnecting from this conversation now because I've got other things to do.
I'm guilty.
But that sends the message to your spouse that, wait a second, what about me?
I'm guilty. I do it all the time. And sometimes he calls me out on it. Yeah, he does. But like you said, your mind is somewhere else, and you're like, okay, I hear you. So can I move on and go and do? But yeah, I'm guilty of that completely.
The image that Bill and Pam gave me, though, is that puppy love, though. If we can just kind of be reminded of that puppy love, because it is that puppy's gentle touch, right? It is the puppy that leans in, right? It's all those little things that they were referring to. It all happens when you have that puppy love. So we could think about that puppy love, I think, is a good coaching point for me in this.
Yeah, it gets excited when you enter the room.
Right, and yes.
You know what? I just saw a fly going by here. Dennis, can you hand me that special rifle I have?
Watch out,
because
everybody.
this is the body language that I use. This is
you're in
this is
trouble,
my
you're in
bug
trouble.
assault rifle. Where'd he go?
Oh my goodness.
It's filled with salt, and he shoots the fly with
That is the coolest thing ever.
And it
Yes.
brings out my inner Arnold.
So when a fly sees your body language reaching for this
Yeah.
thing, then he better.
He knows.
skeet
Yeah,
up.
yeah. He
Okay,
takes
okay.
off.
Even though there's a language barrier, he can understand. It's the body language. That's what we're talking about.
But we need to wrap this up because
Yeah.
when we come back, Bill and Pam are actually going to take this whole body language thing a step further, and they're going to talk about our tone of voice and what that communicates to our spouse.
Ouch.
So it's so stay with us.
And gun control.
Yeah, really.